Okay, this is your Level 1 Spanish assessment for 2016. Its NCA number is 90909. Involves giving a spoken presentation or a speech in Spanish, and it involves communicating a personal response. This is worth 4 credits. The task involves gathering ideas, language, and graphics. The topics for this year are all based around the theme of the year, social awareness. And for this particular speech, you will be giving a speech on animals. And you will be choosing a topic, a subtopic from the general topics covered in class. When your speech is recorded, you'll be sharing it with students in our 3 sister schools overseas. Your speech must be personal, and it must describe your topic, it must express personal ideas, it must say what you think and feel about the ideas and information. You need to use culturally appropriate Spanish and apply language learned in your speech. The conditions are the length. Your speech only needs to be approximately 1 minute. You cannot read your speech. If you read your speech off cue cards, you will get not achieved. You must present to your peers, so you'll present to everybody in the class, and your presentation will be videoed. These are the conditions for the speech. What does this task look like in terms of ARCO, the Orewa language of learning? You'll be gathering information, structures, vocabulary, graphics. You'll be processing language by reading examples. You'll be listening to conversations. And when you're ready, you'll be writing your script. So you'll be applying the vocabulary and the language structures to write and communicate your own ideas about topics. So what exactly do I do with gathering, processing and applying? Your first part is to prepare. You'll be completing class activities around the topic, and this will help you build up the vocabulary and sentence structures you need. You will then select a subtopic from the ideas and information presented about animals. You'll need to select information, graphics to use. You will need to create by writing your own script in Spanish, and you need to include the structures that you've learned in class during the course of this unit of work. You will need to make a visual aid to present with your speech. You can use a PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, or other. Finally, you'll present this after you've practiced it in class. You'll be using peer feedback, and you'll be working in small groups. The idea is that your speech is not memorized, but that you know the content well enough to speak spontaneously. Finally, you will present your speech to the class with your visual presentation. This will be videoed in class and published on your blog. Right, there's no reason why you shouldn't get excellence. So how do you go about that? The achievement criteria for this standard are to communicate personal ideas, information, opinions. At achieve level, you will have some inconsistencies in the language that you use. Perhaps it'll be problems with gender agreement, or word order, or errors in verb selection. To make your speech convincing, you need to use credible and connected language. You will still have some inconsistencies, but they won't be so strong as to interfere with communication. That's your merit level. To have an effective speech, you need to use controlled and integrated language with very few inconsistencies, and this is where you need to be to get an excellence. Let's have a look at the next slide for a breakdown. What does it actually mean? At Achieve, you're communicating, but generally with errors. Merit, you're communicating with few errors, and you're using more controlled language. And at Excellence, you're communicating without errors. So, communicate, what does it mean? It means you're able to convey meaning in Spanish. It means you can make someone understand what you want to say. You might make mistakes, but communication is achieved. Convincing language uses credible and connected. So credible means you select the right language to express what you want to say. And connected means using language connectors and connecting your ideas. Effective language, however, is a bit more than that. It's actually controlled. It means you select the correct language and you use it successfully. So you use correct intonation, correct pronunciation, as well as just the correct form. And so this provides you with the ability to express yourself better because you've chosen the perfect tool. Integrated language is also effective language. It means your speech is well structured. One sentence leads on to another. You use connectors, obviously, but you've also integrated the different structures very well to convey meaning. Communicating. Finally, you're going to have less errors for excellence, to achieve with excellence. It's important to develop your ideas, and to do this you can ask yourself these questions. It's important to respond to each one of these questions to develop your speech. So again, achievement means give a spoken presentation in Spanish that communicates a personal response. Achievement with merit means that it's a convincing spoken presentation. And if you need a reminder what convincing means, it's credible and connected. Achievement with excellence means that it's an effective spoken presentation that communicates a personal response. And effective is controlled and integrated. And the end result is that your brain is going to be a little bit bigger after you have done all this work. It's a worthwhile effort.